Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome to a slightly overdue, but I'm getting around to it eventually, Q&A video. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a month or so ago at this point, I posted a question box over on my Instagram stories. By the way, follow me over there, it's Leslie Adina. And so like a question box where I was able to see who asked the questions, as well as a link to allow you to ask questions anonymously. And I also posted like a call for questions, essentially, my YouTube community page. So essentially, this video will be like a combination of a couple of streams of questions that you asked me. And before I ramble on any further, I guess, let's get into it. I did screenshot them, but only like 2 out of the 3 streams. So unfortunately, I didn't realize that if you don't screenshot the questions that you get on Instagram, you can't really access them via your archive. So I hope, I did screenshot a few right after I posted the question box, but if you ask me something and I'm not mentioning your question, I'm sorry about that, it just got lost. I have a huge range of questions, some personal ones and yeah, some luxury ones. Talk about personal. One question that I know I got asked, but it doesn't show in my screenshots, is how much rent I'm paying. So I'm living in London currently, until the end of the year, essentially for half a year. I moved here at the end of June. And someone asked me how much rent I'm paying. I'm not going to disclose that, but I am going to disclose where I'm living, because by the time that this video goes up, I will have moved to a different location because yeah, my lease is up at the end of November. And so far I haven't been able to show you my view, because if I show you my view, which I'm going to do throughout this video, you'll know exactly where I'm living. So yeah, stay tuned for that, because my view is quite spectacular, if I do say so myself. Anyway, let's start with the few Instagram questions that I did manage to screenshot. Have you warmed up to your Birkin? Are you considering selling it? Okay, so I'm going to link to 2 videos that I filmed on my Birkin. I got a store offer from my local boutique at the beginning of the year. Got myself a Birkin 35 in the tube, gold hardware, Togo leather. And yeah, I did film the unboxing and story time, grab a snack and something to drink if you are planning on watching that, because I think that's my longest video I've filmed so far. So I filmed the story time and the unboxing reveal and all that. And then 2 months-ish later, I filmed a follow-up video talking about my thoughts about the Birkin and how, yeah, again, will be linked. There's no point in me summing it up, because the video is up there. So go ahead and watch that. But to cut a long story short, I wasn't I mean, I'm super glad and very appreciative that I got offered the bag with essentially hardly any purchase history. But yeah, it's an amazing bag. I'm not considering selling it, but it's not the best thing since sliced bread or whatever you say. So it's just a bag at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was I got caught up in the hype and everyone says it's the best thing ever and all that. For me personally, yes, I love the bag. It's a fairly large bag, but I'm a tall girl, so I think it works out also fairly spacious, I guess, and bigger bags are coming back as well. But yeah, it's just another bag. You could say I've warmed up to it, I guess, but still I'm yeah, it's another one of my bags in my collection. It doesn't give me 5 times the joy of a bag that was 1,000 or 1,500 euros, pounds, whatever, if that makes sense. Anyway, there's that. I think there was another question about the bag. Yeah, do you actually wear your Birkin? Might still be in Hamburg, in brackets. Yes, it is still in Hamburg. I decided to not take it to London with me, just for a rain. I mean, obviously, I think they changed that actually, but my Birkin still came with a raincoat. I think I heard from a couple of people that they don't give you a raincoat anymore, which is insane. It doesn't cost them anything, I'd imagine, or cents, even that, fraction of a cent to produce the raincoat and give you the raincoat with it. And it's really helpful, especially when it comes to, I'd say any leather apart from Epsom maybe. Yeah, I do have the raincoat, but I wasn't banking on yeah, the raincoat protecting my bag. So I was yeah, the rain was one thing. London obviously gets kind of a bad rap for crime-related stuff. I've heard a couple of girls say that they don't wear their watches anymore for safety reasons. For me, I've never felt I've been here for over 5-ish months at this point. I've never felt unsafe at any point. But that's now. Looking back at it, I would have been fine carrying my bag in most locations, I guess. But before I moved here, I heard some like horror stories, and yeah, I decided to not take it with me. Hence why I haven't been wearing it since like mid-June. So I wouldn't be able to give you like a full and proper review. Chances are you're not really interested in a review anyway, because the Birkin is such an iconic bag, and it feels like, especially on social media, depending on who you follow, obviously, it feels like everybody's got a Birkin, which is so mind-blowing. It definitely depends on who you follow. But anyway, so I haven't been wearing it a ton, or like at all, over the last almost like half a year. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to start wearing it again, but yeah, haven't been wearing it in London, which is also why, unfortunately, I didn't get any pictures with the Birkin. So, I mean, pictures with the Birkin in London. I do have a couple of outfits that would have looked amazing with the Birkin, but yeah, I decided to not take it to London with me, which is why I haven't been wearing it. What is the thing that you miss the most from Germany after the months in London? So yeah, I'm from Germany originally. I don't really know if there's anything in particular that I'm missing. Yes, of course, like my family, but knowing that I only was going to move to London for half a year, I knew that I was going to see them like soon enough. But yeah, I'd say like I'm from Hamburg, Germany, so is it like the second largest city in Germany? Probably, I don't know. Anyway, I think London and Hamburg are fairly comparable in terms of like, obviously not the size, because London is like way bigger, but like the vibe, also like Hamburg is like in the northern part of Germany, so weather-wise it wasn't too much of a change for me. We get lots of rain as well, and the temperature is quite similar, I guess. So yeah, nothing really actually. I don't know if that's a good thing. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? I don't know. But yeah, but I couldn't think of anything that I'm like really missing and that I'm like really looking forward to, apart from like seeing my family again. But yeah. Is London your hometown? Unfortunately not. So yeah, I'm from Germany. I would love to call London my hometown. I think there are like a couple of questions going in that direction. But yeah, I'm not from London. But the city definitely stole my heart. Would you consider doing YouTube full-time? It's not even a thought at this point. Just because of my numbers, my channel has been growing super slowly. I mean, I started during the pandemic, and now I'm getting closer to 4,000 subscribers, but like my views aren't there, my subscriber count isn't there, my YouTube revenue isn't there. It's just not a thought at this point even, and I don't think I'd ever get to the point where my YouTube income essentially would surpass my day job income. I don't foresee myself becoming a full-time YouTuber, not because I don't want to, but just because it isn't an option, I guess. Any 2024 travel plans? So as I said, I'll be moving back home and I'll be leaving London at the end of the year. But yes, I'll be moving back home, but like a couple of days after I arrive back home, I'll actually be on my merry way to escape the most depressing month of the year, which is January, and I'll be taking a cruise in the Caribbean. I've never taken a cruise, so fingers crossed I'll actually like it even. I do have like an extended period of time off in January, and I was like, yeah, there's no point in staying in like the northern hemisphere because it's miserable. Like similar weather as December, but without the Christmas lights, still super dark, rain constantly. So I was like, I gotta escape somehow. Plus, I mean, this year I didn't take like a proper vacation. It was always like 2 days off here, 3 days off here, and I didn't really get the chance to wind down. And I'm definitely noticing that in like my mental load and like my mental capacity. And yeah, obviously I wouldn't want to miss any of the like stuff I did in London, but it's a lot, like physically and all that anyway. So I'm really looking forward to taking like 2 weeks-ish off, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love the Caribbean. I've never been, and again, never been on a cruise. I might take you along for the ride. If you're interested, let me know if you want me to vlog. I definitely won't do like a vlog a day or something like that. I mean, we'll be in a new location every day. That's the point of a cruise, but yeah, maybe I'll do like a 2-part vlog or something like that. Let me know if you're even interested. Yeah, let me know if you want me to film in the Caribbean. And okay, that's not even a 2024 travel plan. It's actually a 2023 travel plan, because depending on my uploading schedule, I will probably have been there already. I'm gonna go to Paris for like a little over 24 hours in mid-December, with work actually, but I'm gonna extend it into the weekend. So yeah, really excited for that. That came like super spontaneously, very much unplanned, and I don't really have much time to prepare or like research stuff. I did go to Paris during Christmas season, not last year, but the year before. So really excited to go back, obviously like with very limited time, but I'm determined to make the most out of it. So Paris this year, obviously like London throughout the entire rest of the year, and then the Caribbean early next year. And other than that, I don't really have any travel plans yet. But that may change. Hopefully it does, like some summer vacations, but I haven't gotten that far in terms of planning. And the last question out of the Instagram questions that I screenshotted, just wondering, hardly any unboxings this year. Are you taking a step back from luxury? You're right in observing that. I mean, I did have a very large unboxing at the beginning of the year, which was my Birkin. But other than that, I don't think, have I purchased a bag this year? Yeah, I purchased my Kurt Geiger bag. I think I already showed that in the vlog, or like my vlog scheduling is a little off because I don't really get around to actually editing my stuff, but that's another problem. So I did buy a Kurt Geiger bag at TK Maxx. I really got a bargain on that one, so I'm really happy about that. But other than that, I didn't buy any other handbags other than my Birkin. And then just like a couple of knickknacks. I bought the Fendi sunglasses, the Hermes Twilly, but that was like pre-loved. I don't think it even makes sense to film like a like 2023 luxury purchases, like best and worst, because basically like it's a handful of items that I bought and that's it. But yeah, hardly any luxury unboxings. It's not a conscious decision. It kind of is. Okay, so with me being from a country that's in the EU, it doesn't make sense for me to purchase large ticket items in the UK because we don't get VAT back, and all European brands are way more expensive in the UK than they are in Europe anyway, plus like VAT. And when I travel back, I will have to like claim that I purchased something and that I'm bringing it back into the EU and pay like additional charges on top of that. So it just doesn't make sense like financially to buy like large ticket items here. And also I kind of shifted my priorities, I guess, like for the like limited time that I'm here, because yeah, I really wanted to make sure that I'm experiencing London. I did like a couple of day trips. I did like a weekend in Edinburgh, for instance. I went to a couple of like a lot of exhibitions actually, and all those like Harrods beauty events, for instance. All of that definitely adds up. And yeah, I was like going into my time in London, I was like, okay, I think like I don't need any more handbags, let's be honest. That doesn't mean that I won't ever buy handbags again, but just like for my time in London, I was like, okay, I don't really need any like additional luxury stuff. Let me shift my focus and spend like a little more extra money than I would at home on like experiences. So that's kind of like where I'm at this point, just like for the period of time that I was in London. Maybe my priorities, or like my allocation when it comes to money, will shift when I'm back home, but that's kind of it. I'm not like consciously taking a step back from luxury as a whole. It's just like, yeah, for this time in London, that was kind of the way I went, I guess. And that's all of the screenshotted ones, plus the one about how much rent I'm paying, which I don't really feel comfortable disclosing. Also, it doesn't really help you in any way to know that, I guess. I mean, I don't have any issues with like talking about prices of handbags. I was a little like iffy about like a couple of people actually like obviously asked under my Birkin unboxing how much I paid for that. I did like mention that in the comments, but yeah, usually I don't have any issues with like talking about the prices of items. When it comes to my rent here, it's kind of weird, but maybe even more interesting for you, I'm gonna like, while I'm talking, include my view. So essentially, I'm living right on Piccadilly Circus. My windows are going to like the street that connects Piccadilly Circus and Leicester Square, and yeah, there's like no real view of Piccadilly Circus unless I lean like very far out of the window, which I did just for you. And just know, sorry mom, she told me to not do that, but just know I'm safe, and I made it out alive because I'm talking to you. But yeah, if I lean out of the window on one end of the apartment, you can see Piccadilly Circus, but my main view, also when I'm working from home and stuff, my main view is of Leicester Square. So yeah, very fortunate to have been in such an amazing location. As I said, I'll be moving to a different location because I had like a fixed lease, and the lease is up at the end of November, which, yeah, moving is kind of a pain, especially with lots of suitcases, because I did come to London with 3 suitcases. But yeah, it's always nice to like experience a different location and a different neighborhood. But yeah, having lived this central, yes, it was a little loud because I mean, I do have like double or triple glazing, but still Piccadilly Circus is kind of loud. You can't really like do anything about it. But yeah, it's so walkable to basically everywhere. Like Bond Street, for instance, I can walk there like 10 minutes max, maybe like 5 to 7-ish minutes. Fortnum and Mason, Buckingham Palace is like 10, 15 minutes away. Then I can walk to Covent Garden, another 10 minutes in like the other direction. I can walk to Oxford Street. I can walk to Westminster. So yeah, the location was amazing. But also on the weekends in particular, but now like in the holiday season, basically every day, especially at night, it's quite busy. Obviously, yeah, it's a very touristy area, and it's quite crowded. Also, like with Leicester Square having their like Christmas market on, it's quite crowded. So I'm kind of actually looking forward to moving somewhere a little quieter for December. But yeah, okay. So those were the Instagram questions. Let me do the anonymous questions next. So, what's your origin? Already talked about that. I'm from Germany. Do you see yourself getting a Dior bag? At this point, I don't think I will, because I mean, years ago, probably even like featured in my first wishlist video, and that was like ages ago. Please don't watch that. Like I'd say like my first 2 years were really rough when it comes to YouTube, because like English is not my native language. Also, like talking to a camera in like an empty room is kind of weird. Yeah, try that out and you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, my first couple of wishlist videos, I was talking about getting a large Lady Dior. Not the biggest fan of the large Lady Dior anymore, but like a medium. But the prices are just insanity. So yeah, all those price increases, plus like Dior doesn't really hold its value. So I actually don't foresee myself getting a Dior bag. Maybe like one of the lower price ones. I don't know. I love the look of Dior bags, and they have some gorgeous ones, but I don't know. I think I'm good with admiring them from afar, but not actually getting a Dior bag. But there's a good chance I'm gonna eat my words in like a couple of years' time. Who knows? But for now, I don't really feel the like intense desire to own a Dior bag. What's on your wish list? I think the timing was really weird, but it just so happened. Like earlier this year when I got my Birkin, I think 2 or like 1 video before the Birkin unboxing, I actually uploaded a video where I was talking about why I don't really have a luxury wish list. And that really hasn't changed. Maybe also thanks to the fact that I haven't actively like thought about getting a bag due to me being in London and like deciding to not purchase a handbag due to like, yeah, all the financial stuff that I talked about. There's nothing really on my wish list. I would love to get, yeah, okay, not bag-wise, but like jewelry-wise, maybe another Van Cleef & Arpels piece, but also those prices have skyrocketed. I mean, I did get my, I'm not even wearing it today. What's happening? Because that's on my wrist, like basically whenever I leave my house and when I'm filming. My Van Cleef & Arpels vintage, is it the vintage Alhambra? 5 motif bracelet in mother of pearl. And if you know me in real life, you know that's constantly on my wrist. But when I purchased that, compared to now, I think there's been a like 2K-ish price increase, like a couple of price increases, like back to back essentially. It's really painful to pay that much for like such a like tiny piece essentially. Yes, it's like fine jewelry and all that, but up until I bought my 5 motif bracelet, I didn't own any fine jewelry, like name brand fine jewelry, apart from maybe you're gonna count the Cartier Trinity bracelet, but that's the one on the cord was like $500. But the prices, like, okay, that's a common thread because everything has gotten more expensive, but there's nothing really on my wish list. On the other hand, though, I'm gonna turn 30 next year and I want to buy something because like that's such a like huge birthday, and not really like afraid or like I don't really think about my 30th birthday as being like something bad or like negative or daunting. It's just like another birthday, but I want to commemorate my 30th birthday with something. Just don't know what yet, which isn't the best starting point when you're thinking about spending a lot of money potentially. But yeah, for now, I don't really have anything on my wish list. I'm good with operating without a wish list, and mostly my purchases turn out great. Okay, next one. Have you already seen Christmas decorations in London? Yes, I have. At the time that this question was asked, it was probably like beginning of November, but even at the beginning of November, there had been some like amazing Christmas decorations up, and now we're in like full-on Christmas mode. I think the only thing that's missing is the Christmas tree at Trafalgar Square. That's gonna light up, I think, on the 7th of December. So maybe, yeah, this video will go up afterwards, but yeah, other than that, everything's on, everything is amazing, and I'm just so happy. By the way, if you're struggling to get into the Christmas spirit, I have a ton of vlogs, and there are definitely more to come from London during Christmas season. So yeah, definitely check those out. And by the way, while you're like researching my London vlogs, make sure you're subscribed. I would love for you to join my little YouTube family. I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers, as I said. So if you can help me get there, that would be amazing. Anyway, next off. That made me laugh. I love how confident you are. If you knew. I'm like, I'd imagine I'm like the least confident person I know. Yeah, I'm like the queen of second guessing myself and like talking myself down and like, yeah, it's definitely something I could work on because like if I was more confident, I guess lots of stuff would come easier to me and like, yeah, just know your worth, essentially, which I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that, but thank you for thinking that I'm confident. Maybe I come across as confident, but I promise I'm not. Do you still buy from Chanel? Another question that basically ties back to pricing, because I just can't justify Chanel prices when it comes to their handbags anymore. I'm glad that I own my Chanel Jumbo. I'm super glad that I bought it when I did. Even back then, I had such a hard time stomaching the price tag. I think, yeah, I paid like 5,350 or something like that. It's not like my Jumbo. I think it surpassed 10K and is more expensive than my Birkin, which, yeah, let's not talk about it. Or let's talk about it. Like, actually, share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you still like purchase from Chanel, or are you like, no, thank you? I wouldn't be opposed to maybe getting another pair of Chanel earrings. I haven't purchased a pair of Chanel earrings in a while, actually. I do have a few, and I love Chanel earrings. Yes, if you buy like earrings with those like tiny crystals, they're gonna fall out. It's just the name of the game. The first year actually is covered by the warranties. Afterwards, they're gonna charge you. I've gone through both pairs because, yeah, I think I have 2 pairs of Chanel earrings that have these Strauss crystals, and one of them I've had them repair and replace like 3 times at this point, which it is what it is. But yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to getting another few pair of Chanel earrings if there's something that speaks to me. But even the Chanel costume jewelry earrings are getting increasingly more expensive, to the point where I'm not really able to justify it. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Chanel. Still love not all, but most of their designs. Definitely not the more like quirky and like weird shapes, those like star bags that they came out with quite recently. Not a fan of those, they look really tacky. And I also came across like a couple of Chanel bags, I think in Harrods or like Selfridges. Basically like this size essentially, and the CC was marginally smaller than the bag itself. It looked super tacky, like it looked fake, let's put it that way. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Chanel. Okay, sorry if the camera angle has changed. I quickly had to check if I'm actually still recording. I've had that happen too many times where I was like talking and talking and talking and my camera storage was full and it was all for nothing. So yeah, we're still recording, which is great, and hopefully we'll get through the rest of the questions fairly quickly. That being said, I still have to go through the YouTube questions, but anyway. Are there any bags you don't use and consider selling? That's a little hard to answer because obviously I didn't bring all of my bags to London with me. So like naturally there are a couple of handbags and even bags that I adore and that I've been using tons over the last couple of years that I haven't used since I moved to London. But I think, let's see, I'm actually like the bag that I'm closest to like preparing myself to sell is the Saint Laurent Solferino bag. I'm gonna include a picture here or there. That's one of the bags that I purchased last year in the Mall Firenze outlet, so the outlet center close to Florence. I did also purchase on the same day, in the same transaction, I did purchase my Saint Laurent Sac de Jour, the grey one, which I love. And that bag came to London with me. and it's been amazing. So I've definitely got my money's worth out of the sac de jour, especially considering the deal that I got on that. When it comes to the Solferino, I got the smaller size, so that's basically my problem, because I mean, on vacation, you usually tend to carry lots less with you. So I did carry the bag in Rome because last year we did Milan, Florence, Rome, and I did carry the bag in Florence, like right after I purchased the bag, and in Rome as well. But like at home, I always carry 2 phones with me. So I'm currently recording on one of my phones. This is my second phone. And I always carry 2 phones with me. And even that is a bit of a struggle to get both of the phones. Plus my Louis Vuitton like 6-ring key holder, it just doesn't work. So unfortunately, the Saint Laurent Solferino in the small size, which is the one that I got for an amazing deal. So it would really hurt me to let go of that bag, because yeah, it's also so pretty. The like lock mechanism where you like twist the L and then it opens up, and this like woven detail that mine is in. It's gorgeous. I got an amazing deal, but unfortunately I just don't use that bag. Yeah, which is quite a shame. Also, you can't really wear it crossbody. It's more so like a shoulder bag. Yeah, I'm thinking about selling that one actually, which is so unfortunate. But anyway, you live and you learn. Any tips for solo travel and experiences? You make it look so easy, while I feel like I'm missing out on so much because I don't want to do it by myself. I think that's like a personality trait thing, because I adore traveling by myself. I did go to New York, like Washington DC and New York last year in May, early June, and I had the best time. I just love traveling by myself. Yes, of course, I also love traveling with others, especially with my mom, because we just like get each other and we bounce off of each other and we have the best time anytime we travel. We did go to London last year together, and like, yeah, the Christmas season. We went to Paris the year before during Christmas season. We also did Milan, Florence, and Rome together. So yeah, love traveling with my mom, also because she, by now I've really trained her to take pictures of me, and yeah, she likes it. So it's not like I'm annoying or anything. Hopefully not, Mom, let me know. But yeah, I also love traveling by myself. So I can't really give you any tips, because it's like, it's not hard for me. It's actually, it really comes natural to me. I love traveling by myself. Sorry about that. Okay, so those are the like anonymous questions out of the way. Let's get to the YouTube questions. So rose-colored glasses asked a couple of questions actually. I'm a new follower, so I hope my questions aren't annoying. Definitely not. Thank you for asking the questions. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, so question number 1. What are the highs and lows of London life for you? Highs is definitely being able to live here for an extended period of time. You get to see so much more than if you were here only for like a week or something like that as a tourist. I would say I've probably seen more of London and experienced more of London than a good chunk of like locals, because I was like, okay, I only have 6 months. I'm gonna make the most out of it. And while I still have like so many items on my to-do list, which realistically I won't be able to tick off until before I have to head home, I think I did see a fair few things in London and I experienced a lot. So yeah, the highs is definitely just like being here for an extended period of time, which I'm so appreciative for, that there was even like a possibility. So many highs. Yeah, I'm not gonna, let me think. Okay, I did go very specific, but I did go to a Robbie Williams concert, not in London actually, but in Norfolk. So I did take a bus up there, took a couple of hours actually, and yeah, that was amazing, like an open air concert. It did rain quite a bit, like during the supporting acts, but once he got on stage, and I was very close to the stage. Yeah, weirdly specific. Chances are that it doesn't resonate with a lot of you, but yeah, that was definitely a high. It was a very long day, and I was so like nervous about missing the bus back home, because yeah, as I said, it was very like I'd say like 3rd row in terms of like the extension, like the long bit that usually comes out of the stage. So very far in the front, but the exit was at the back. So once he got done, and yeah, the last song was Angel, so I didn't want to miss that. I basically had to, I don't want to say rush, but there was no point in rushing, because it was like, the exit was very much like a bottleneck, and I was so worried that I was gonna miss the bus and like be stranded in Norfolk, but it all worked out, and yeah, I had the best time. And another highlight, obviously, our YouTuber meetup. So that was like at the end of September. We met up with a ton of YouTubers. Lisa from Luxury and Life in the Middle over from New York City, Dale and Meredith from Australia, then Amelia from Amelia Rose's Closet from Ireland. We had Claire Louise Lux, styled by Gwenny. Oh geez, I promise I'm gonna forget someone. It's no ill intent, but let's see. Meredith, Dale, Amelia, Claire, Gwenny, myself, Nick from Living Life Loud with NJS. Then we had Deb from Wild Unfiltered, Steph from Handbag Holic, Hannah from So Much Design with Hannah. I think that might have been it. If not, I'm gonna feel so bad. I think that's it. Anyway, we had the best time. Unfortunately, that was the time that I had twisted my ankle really badly. All of the ladies and Nick can attest to the fact that I was like limping so much. So unfortunately, I mean, they spent like the whole weekend together, and unfortunately I was only able to make like half of the Saturday. But I'm so glad that I even made that and that I got to meet all of those amazing people in real life. So I did film a tiny bit. I included that in my Chanel Manifesto V&A exhibition vlog. So I'm going to link to that vlog in the description box below and also somewhere here. Sorry, I keep looking outside, like sun is about to set, so hopefully the lighting is okay, but all those colors. Anyway, so that was also a very much of a high, and yeah, so many highs I can't really pinpoint one in particular, but those two things definitely. And some lows. Let's see about the lows. Yeah, maybe the thing with my ankle, because essentially like all in all, I think I lost like a month or so. Not only because of my ankle, but also because work got super busy. Excellent timing. Me not being able to walk, me having to Uber back and forth to the office and to the hospital, which wasn't the nicest experience either. And like work got super busy, like during the week, on the weekends and all that. So essentially I lost like basically a month in London. So yeah, with me having like a limited period of time in London, losing basically 1 month and 1 month's worth of weekends was quite significant. So yeah, that was definitely a low. Nothing to do with London in particular, just like, yeah, really unfortunate that that thing with my ankle happened. But other than that, let's see. Oh, that was a low, but luckily I was able to resolve that quite quickly. So as I said, my lease is up. And once I signed this lease, I like looked for an Airbnb for December. I'm gonna move in a couple of days, and I'd say like 2.5 weeks ago, I got an email from Airbnb that they canceled my apartment for December, which is SHIT, because like, yeah, finding an apartment that's close to affordable, like for London standards, that's still available for like a month essentially in December, which is one of the most busiest seasons. That was quite stressful, but I managed to find something. And the host of the new apartment seems quite communicative, which is a plus. But yeah, there was definitely a, oh geez, please, like, can something just like work out, please? But yeah, at the end it did work out. What vintage pieces are tempting you? That's still by Rose Colored Glasses. I would, maybe that's something that I should consider for my 30th birthday. I would love to get another Chanel medallion tote. If you've watched my channel for any period of time or you follow me on Instagram, you know that I adore my Chanel medallion tote, like the black one. I'm trying to not wear it as often anymore, but it's just like such a grab and go, like easy, like don't even think about it, because obviously it's black, it goes with everything. And it's just, it looks so classy, it fits a ton. Hand carry, crook of the arm. If you don't wear like a thick coat, you're actually even able to like wear it over your shoulder. I tend to not do that too often, but that's an option as well. I would love to get a beige one, but again, that seems to be a common thread that runs throughout the entire video. The prices have just like gone up so much. So I spent under 1K in very good condition. At this point, it's not that good condition anymore because I've been wearing it a ton. But yeah, good condition beige ones, because on beige, obviously you see like color transfer way more easy than on black. You're looking at like 1,800, even 2,000 euros, which I don't know how I feel about that. Or also really tempting, also very much overpriced. yeah, I'd say overpriced, are vintage Diana bags, also from Chanel. So see, I'm still interested in Chanel, but apparently only in stuff that's too expensive. Anyway, any indie small brands that have caught your eye? I think I'm really lacking in that department. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Yeah, that's it from Rose Colored Glasses. Also, she said, or she, let me know. Thank you for making videos. I really enjoy them. Thank you. That's so kind. Okay, next off. Hopefully this video won't turn into like a 45-minute video. If it does, I'm sorry about that. And if you're still around, that might mean that even through my rambly tangents that you enjoy my videos, that you enjoy me talking about all things luxury, also personal stuff and all that. So yeah, again, I would love for you to consider subscribing. Anyway, I'm losing sunlight as we speak, so I'm gonna speed it up a little. So Luxury in Life in the Middle, so Lisa from New York City, asked, what's been your favorite part about your time in London? Are you ready to come back home? No, I'm not ready. I don't want to come home. I mean, I do love where I'm from and I love my city and obviously my parents and like my family, but London just has so much to offer. So, oh, geez, my favorite part, it's really hard. I think just like, okay, one thing, I don't want to say caught me by surprise because it didn't, because I was kind of aware, but not to the extent that I'm now aware, is how walkable the city is. Also how green the city is, but like how walkable. Obviously, me living basically on Piccadilly Circus definitely helped because you're basically able to walk anywhere. You can even walk into the city of London. It might take you like 45, 50-ish minutes along the River Thames, especially on South Bank. Like North Bank, I'm not the biggest fan because yeah, it's not as nice, but South Bank you can walk like, yeah, from Westminster essentially along the river to Tower Bridge, and the entire strip is amazing. So yeah, definitely how walkable the city is. It's a huge plus. Like also, if you're like in Little Venice, for instance, or like Primrose Hill, you wouldn't be able to tell, or especially like Hampstead, you wouldn't be able to tell that you're in such a huge city because yeah, every neighborhood has its like own vibe and like very villagey feeling sometimes. Also like all the neighborhoods, I love exploring the neighborhoods. I love walking around, especially now being able to appreciate how amazing walking is now that I'm able to do that again with my ankle somewhat healed. I'm definitely planning to go to an orthopedic surgeon or like, yeah, orthopedic doctor when I'm back home to have him look over the ankle again now that it's like the swelling has gone down, because in the hospital they basically weren't able to help me apart from giving me tons of pain medicine because it was so swollen they weren't able to see anything. But yeah, being able to walk around and experience London just like walking essentially, like I love how walkable the city is. That's just one of my favorite parts. Okay, so next question by So Much Design with Hannah. Hi Hannah. Will you consider becoming a fellow Londoner? I would love to, but it's just not that easy, I guess, especially like after Brexit, but also, yeah, living in London is very pricey. Rent is pricey, cost of living is pricey, everything is expensive. So I would need to figure out something. Also, like my work is in Germany. I was really lucky to be able to come to London with work, but it's for like the limited 6 months period. So who knows? I'm not going to say no. If the opportunity comes up to kind of make that happen, I would love to move to London. But yeah, it's not like a short-term goal because I don't see a way to make that happen, essentially. What has been your top highlight in your time in London? Yeah, see above, I guess. Top highlight, yeah, definitely our YouTuber meetup, and yeah, just so much. Can't pinpoint one specific like thing. London is amazing. And also the Christmas time that I've experienced up until this point, and the Christmas time and like all the Christmas lights and decorations and yeah, all of that is yet to come. I'd imagine that will be one of my highlights as well. And the last question from Hannah, what is your favorite handbag of all time? Spoiler alert, it's not my Birkin. My favorite probably wouldn't be my most worn bag, because most worn, especially in London, would probably be my Saint Laurent Toy Lulu. That's definitely, I've got my money's worth out of that as well, and also like my Saint Laurent Sac de Jour. I think my favorite bag would still be, am I a hypocrite for saying my Chanel Jumbo? I adore that bag. Wouldn't be purchasing it again at today's prices, but I'm glad that I own it. So yeah, I think it's one of, I have a hard time of saying my favorite bag. It's one of my favorite bags. Hopefully I answered your question with that. Okay, next off, Dale's Addiction. Hi Dale. Would you consider another post abroad? If so, where? I would love to. If so, where? I mean, I adore London, don't get me wrong, but I think my all-time favorite city is and will forever be New York City. It's just, I can't really describe it. It just gives me like a feeling that London hasn't been able to give me so far. Again, adore London, but New York City just has my heart. I've been there a couple of times, and working in New York City would be a dream. I mean, working obviously is different than being on vacation. I do get that, but yeah, if somehow the opportunity came up to work in New York, I would take that in a heartbeat. And next off, Romina. Romina Rose May probably doesn't need any introduction, but hi Romina. Could you see yourself moving to London permanently? Yes. Just a matter of finding a way to make that happen, which I don't see in the near future, but who knows? I'm not going to say no to moving to London because the city just has so much to offer. And Tara Smith 3448. I'm new as well. I'm curious what country you're from. Where is home? Home is in Germany, so yeah, I'm German. Hopefully, I mean, I would have wished for my German accent to dwindle down a little bit more in the UK. But the thing is, I'm here with work, so work is mostly still in German. And making friends as an adult with locals when you're not local is a little tricky. So I've been trying to put myself out there and get to know people and like, yeah, find people to talk in English to, and not just for the sake of speaking English, but just like in order to meet people. But it's been tough. So unfortunately, chances are, especially when I'm tired, you can definitely still hear my German accent quite a bit, which kind of irks me, but yeah, what can you do, right? So yeah, I'm from Germany. And yeah, there we go. Those are all the questions that I got. If you have any like additional questions, or if you're one of the people that did ask a question on Instagram, but unfortunately I didn't screenshot it in time, leave your questions down below and I'll be happy to answer them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing, join my little YouTube family, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future uploads. As I said, there will be another couple of London vlogs to come that are very much like holiday season focused, and just London during the holiday season, which realistically started like mid-November, early November. It's just next level. Anyway, I don't want to keep you any longer. Thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with me, and I'm gonna catch you in one of my next videos. Bye. When you came over, my heart was on its way out. I wasn't sober and I was thinking